Childish Mataji. Childish Mataji. Let's start the meditation and this new week on this planet Earth by bowing collectively to the lotus feet of the Devi and by collectively raising our Kundalini as warriors of the light, warriors of the love of Shri Adishakti Mataji, Shri Nirmala Devi. Namaskar, Kundalini.
Birthday of Sri Ganesh, because that's a very important thing for all of us, that we should celebrate his birthday. And yesterday you did the Habar, but yesterday we had very new people, so I couldn't talk to you very clearly about Sri Ganesha's deeper manifestation. You know that he resides within us. Vasunyat Bodhana, Vasunyara, Shant, Vasant. माझी काय जबाबदारी नाही असं म्हणायचं. Now we have a very great asset within us that we know about Sri Ganesh, and that we can excite his powers. To manifest Sri Ganesha, we have to do certain amount of tapasya. First, we have to say, when we sit for meditation, that I am going to be worthy of your appreciation. Make me humble so that I am appreciated by you, and my only desire is to please. When you sit down in complete preparedness, meditating over your Muladhara, putting your attention to it with absolute purity. Now you have my photograph before you, and you tell the photograph that, Mother, you who are the Ganesha, Sri Ganesha, you give me wisdom and discretion. So attention at the Muladhara chakra, which is actually below the sacrum bone. You put your right hand towards the photograph and left hand on the measurement. Now, this will tell you that your mind or your brain, which is full of confusion, which has no discretion, which is complicated, which does the same mistakes again and again, which does not understand how to cure the ills of that thing. All that can be cured if you put the right hand towards me and the left hand towards the other. So in action you do like that. Now as he is the essence of everything that is material, that has power, that has been created, is the essence of everything that is being created. Through him everything has been created. When you develop that, you develop your sense of subtle creativity and the sense of subtle appreciation of creativity. Then you develop your discretion how to behave with others in a beautiful manner, so that your ego is controlled. The behavior should be such that there should be no expression of ego in your behavior. Your mother is a good example. I think you know I know quite a lot of things, but I never show nor ever assert that I am so knowledgeable. I live like a very, very ordinary person with you, and I do not in any way assert my personality that would shock. So with your intelligence or with your other powers, like if you are a moneyed man or if you are more efficient or anything, you should not try to impress on others, but you must deal with it beautifully. So the beauty comes when you are efficient and you are loving. That's the central point, that's the effect. That you are knowledgeable and you are humble. That you know everything about everyone, but you are discreet. So in effect, it is a complete personality that can only give that kind of a very soothing effect. So the soothing effect comes as a result of beauty that you are creating. So to develop it, you have to meditate on your Muladhara chakra. I have seen many people get fanatic about Sahaja Yoga also. They think they are the real Napoleons of Shivaji. Then they start guiding you in everything. This is not good, that's not good, I am a great Sahaja, I am like this and all that. I am very hot tempered. Because they are fanatics. Fanaticism and temper goes together. There is no love in fanaticism. If you tell them don't be a fanatic, they'll start crying. So the fanaticism of Sahaja Yoga is most blinding. It is something like in front of the temple of God, you beg from other people for money. Sahaja Yoga is one thing which should not lead you to any fanaticism. You have to be prasanna chitta, means you should be a very happy, joyous personality and not a tense, abrupt person. But this only achieves its maximum result when everything is done in complete innocence. But many people confuse innocence with stupidity. They think to be stupid is innocent, and a stupid man gets into ego trip in no time. Innocence is the widest thing. You cannot befool innocence. That's the main thing. No one can befool me. I am very innocent. Innocence is that which does not harm anyone. That doesn't think that it can solve the problems, but it leaves everything for God to solve. It just exists itself in the blessings of your mother. Ganesha was just living on the complete blessings of his mother. It gives you concentration. Have you seen a child being nursed by mother, how concentrated the child is, sucking everything. He doesn't bother who is who, where is he sitting, what is it, what he's catching. He doesn't bother as to who is next to you, what is your relationship with others, or it doesn't bother at all as to the future, what he has to do next. So innocence keeps you in the present. Innocent man is permanently relaxed. Supposing I have to go today, all right, so I'll go at the time when I have to go. What's the use of getting agitated about it? People get even 10 days ahead agitated if they have to go after 10 days.
Certa gente comincia ad agitarsi 10 giorni prima del giorno in cui deve partire.
And when it really comes to going, they have forgotten everything.
E quando arriva il momento hanno dimenticato tutto.
Because they are not in the present. So to develop your innocence also is very good idea, to be in the present. At the most, what's going to happen? I mean, whatever has to happen will happen in any case. So why worry? I'm one person who is least worried, and nothing has gone wrong with me so far. On the contrary, I play tricks that everything goes wrong with people like this.
Al contrario, gioco dei trucchetti che fanno in modo che a certa gente che si preoccupa succeda qualcosa di sbagliato.
And I want them to learn that this is not so important. To keep yourself in the present is your job, and leave everything to God. Because you don't know when you are in the present, you are in contact with divine power. But when you get out of the present, you are not there. You are under your ego or super-ego. So for all of you, I may try just to show that I am also playing with you. But be careful. I am least bothered about anything whatsoever. What is such a disaster you have seen in your life? Just tell me. I have seen the last dissolution of the whole universe. What can I fear anymore? So when you get upset, think of something very serious that has happened to you before. And then you will not be so much worried about the nonsensical little things here and there. So miraculous things will happen through your innocence. The more innocent you are, the more blissful you will be. Now many people should try this thing, sitting in a group together, meditating, saying the mantra of Shri Ganesha, to try to build up. Those who think too much, they should also try to say, not this, not this, not this. Even the superego, when it gives you thoughts, you should say, not this, not this, not this. So you will develop that state where you study yourself and nothing else. So the innocence plays, but it is not involved. It sees the play, just sees. It enjoys the play, just enjoys. So today, when we are thinking of Shri Ganesha, let us desire that within us His great power of innocence be enlightened. And He is, on the other side, the source of love, the source of emotional security. He is like a child, a very charming, beautiful child. And people feel extremely charmed and this thing is dirty words, I think.
Attracted. Enchanted.
How to? You see, it's a paternal love. It's the paternal love, paternal enchantment. It's come to
È molto
for him, or motherly enchantment. Because charming also is a very funny word. Because in the West people don't understand even innocence towards children. So you have to be childlike, not childish. Confusions first start with there. But some people confuse it. They think it should be like a big baby, you see.
E pensa che deve essere come un grande neonato.
And that you are to be treated like a, in Marathi it is called muktabal, like a big baby, all the time from bottle feeding, napkin changing. And there's no end to it. So this kind of thing, if it is done to someone, that really will become a stupid fellow in no time. But Ganesha's enchantment has dignity. He may look like a child, but he is an old man. He is the eldest of all. And despite all these years, he has kept his innocence intact. So sometimes people confuse it with over-doting or sort of caring too much. And the innocent person doesn't like it much. Even somebody does it, he doesn't mind because it pleases the other person, but it does not go into his head or anything. On the contrary, when you are doting such a person, you start learning. There was someone in London who was expert on massaging the feet. So she said, "Mother, you give me 1 hour one day, I'll come and massage your feet because I have known that art." I said, "All right, come such and such day." And when she started massaging my feet, you see, she said, "What's happening? It is me who is relaxing."
E lei quando è venuta ha detto, ma che succede? Mi sto rilassando io.
So that's the beauty of innocence, that when you try to pamper the innocence, when you try to dote on the innocence, it emits the beauty. It relaxes. If there's a little child and you want to kiss the child and you want to embrace the child and you want to love the child, it is you who is wanting it, not the child. If you do not want it, you are abnormal. But if you want to dote on someone, then that should relax that person, the one who does that. But if it is the other way around, that the other person gets tensed up and the person whom you dote becomes ego-oriented, then it's all wrong, absolutely upside down. You get tensed up because you think that nothing should displease the person. You think that the person needs it. That you try to dote on the child, thinking that that person, the child needs it. It is you who need it. If you remember that you need it, then why should you worry that if you do not do particular things, the person will be displeased? So just by pleasing yourself, you are really pleasing the other person, if you see that. So this is wisdom, to see things in right perspective. And that is what should come into everyone spontaneously. When that comes in, you become a complete personality. Ganesha is sufficient to make you complete because he is complete. And as it is for you people to do it is easier because you are already at a point where Ganesha is pleased with you. Or we can say that you are pleased with yourself. So one should not feel hurt or should not feel bad. If somebody feels hurt or something, that means there is something lacking in that person. Such a personality is the personality where we can say that Shri Ganesh is residing with his all powers. But some people have the right Ganesh, some have the left Ganesh powers. Both the types of powers must be there. If a man has been licentious and very fond of the other sex and all that, he gets such a rebound that he becomes absolutely left side corrected. Supposing before realization he is running after women or the girl is running after the man, all that gets such a rebound at that he just doesn't want to do that thing as a filth. He thinks it's filth. That is one of the feelings comes in the mind of a person. Then he doesn't hanker after this kind of nonsense. Like we have horrible names like heterosexuals and homosexuals and all sexuals off. All that finishes off. Then you keep a healthy company of your type, of your sex. Healthy company. But healthy and pure, which is very natural. And another extreme nature should not be followed. Like I have also seen among some Muslims, this is the habit. They are more attached to their daughters than to their wives. Funny thing, it's absurd. They pay more importance to the daughters than to the wife. It's something very absurd. It's not good. It's again perversion. Or the women, they love their son more than their husband. It is absurd.
È assurdo.
And once it starts working like that, it can go into any absurd limit, which is not in the maryadas of Sahaja, in the boundaries of Sahaja. There has to be very healthy relationship,
Deve essere una relazione.
friendship, but not attachment which looks funny and absurd. So nothing absurd should be done, nothing overly should be done, because there will be a remorse and unnecessarily heart-burning for nothing at all. It's useless. Now in Sahaja Yoga, another very important point I have to tell you today, which is not so much besides Shri Ganesha's pointing, which always we make mistakes, and in India there have been lots of mistakes like that. Now we'll give one example, Mr. X, you see, he is a great Sahaja Yogi in the sense he's good organizer, he's done this, he's done that, and we start adoring him. Or we may be jealous. One of the two things happen, either we adore or jealous. Now if you adore the person, then you must follow his footsteps. And if you are jealous, then it is more reason that you follow his footsteps so you become like him. I am talking of wisdom.
Sto parlando di saggezza.
Now, but instead of that, when you adore, you will, even whether you are a boy or a girl, you jump on him, you will hug him, you will kiss him, you will do all kinds of nonsensical things which is not needed to express that way. Like it happened with me that I was in London first time, you see. I'd never known all this. And somebody who was quite hefty, you see, just came and hugged me and took me into him, and I didn't know where to look. I was absolutely and he took me
Come per esempio una volta a Londra c'è stata una persona che mi è venuta incontro, è venuta, mi ha abbracciato forte, ha provato anche ad alzarmi.
So much so I forgot English language. I told him in Marathi, put me down.
E ero così imbarazzata, non sapevo che fare, ho detto che invece di parlare in inglese e dire mettimi giù, ho cominciato a parlare in Marathi, ho detto mettimi giù.
All that is. So it's quite funny. Even, I mean, I'm not used to kissing at all. Anybody kisses me, I get a fright, you know. But I can kiss a lady or a young boy, little boy, I can kiss it. It's all right. That's done. But not every man. I cannot kiss. It's very funny, isn't it?
Ma una signora.
So this is a kind of adoration is not very wise. Adoration is to be felt in your heart. Like yesterday, one of the gentlemen put his hand so strong on me that for 2 minutes I was just trying to put it right. And the shaking hands is very horrible thing. Sometimes they feel unless and until they have taken out about 1 kilo of meat out of your hand, they are not getting to. And this is how sometimes you see there is no maryadas left, even between ourselves. So that should be maryada. Now feeling jealous is another thing. I have seen that when people feel jealous, they start coming and complaining against this person or that person or this. I know what it is. Jealousy is the worst curse one can have, I think, because you see then you can't see anything that is good, because you see a person is normal, you feel jealous of such a person. Then you feel you are jealous, so you have every right to do what you like. You just say I am jealous of you because you are so good, so now I can be very bad. I mean, first it started with people telling that this is jealousy, which is a bad thing. It was all right. But now the bad thing is taken as a, what you call, a blackmail. You see, use it for a blackmailing others. That, oh, all right, I am a bad man, so I am a bad man. You are a good man. All right, so what? Like that. To use it as a power. Like yesterday, one madman came, lunatic. Now when he came, the lunatic, he wanted to sit in front. And he just started taking advantage of his lunacy. That if he's lunatic, he can behave the way he likes. Because you are a drunkard, you can behave the way you like. What is the wisdom? Where is it lost? It's ridiculous. So, one has to be wise. When you are dealing with it, the wisdom is your glory. By wisdom, you will be fair to yourself and fair to others. Wisdom is like an ocean, one cannot describe it in one lecture. Just try to enjoy your wisdom. And the greatest wisdom of Sri Ganesha was that he was surrendered to his mother, that's all, he was not bothered. And when you are surrendered, then you just understand that you give up your ego and superego to your mother to bother about it, and you live with your innocence. And to understand also in a very gross way, we can say to have Ganesha principle developed in you, you must eat things which are emitting Ganesha principle like the chana, like I found out the hazelnut. Then you can see that you should use lot of these lemons. See, is a good idea. All these give you a good Ganesha tattva. So all these things should be used, and there are many other things one can see that which help you to develop your Ganesha tattva. But the highest of all is to control your eyes, not to see anything that is tempting. So put your eyes on the ground. You just watch your eyes when another sex arrives or there, how do you look at that person with greed, with lust. And if you understand that, then you will start clearing your eyes very well. Another thing is physically, you should try to do one or two exercises to be able to put yourself flat on the Mother Earth, because that helps. So before doing the meditation to Sri Ganesha, you must always do that exercise to loosen the muscles so that you touch the Mother Earth in a more flat way. It will help. So for today, I think I've said sufficiently.
Per oggi penso di aver detto.
Shri Adi Shakti Mataji, Shri Nirmala Devi, Namo Namaha. Let's sit very comfortably and collectively. We are all the children of Adi Shakti, and we are in the company of the Lord Ganesh at the global level. Attention is collectively above Sahasrara. Our heart is completely open. Ego and superego are totally surrendered. We need to surrender ego and superego to the collective attention of divine and surrender them to the point that we feel that we are totally dissolved into the divine being. Let's say Shri Ganesh mantra collectively and from the heart. Om Swameva Sakshat Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adishakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Let's collectively put the right hand on the floor and we say Shri Nirmala Ganesha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Nirmala Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adishakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. All attention is on the Lord Ganesh. And let's collectively pray, Shri Ganesha, I want to please you. Help me develop all the qualities to become just like you. Help me to be so surrendered to our Divine Mother that you are pleased with us. Help us to become so collective that there is no individuality left in us. Help us to really become just like you. Please always keep your attention on us, protect us, guide us, strengthen us on the path of spiritual ascent. You are the only one who can remove all the obstacles and lead us to the destination, which are the lotus feet of our divine beloved mother, Shri Adishakti Mataji, Shri Nirmala Devi. Let's keep the attention above Sahasrara. Let's put right hand left, right hand back to the lap and left hand on the floor. And let's pray Shri Ganesha again. Shri Ganesha, please. You who is the deity of the Muladhara, please, with the blessing and help of your brother Shri Kartikeya, clear our right Muladhara and give us all the qualities that allow us to have a very strong Muladhara in all dimensions. Attention is always above Sahasrara. And we need to move the attention collectively and be really focused so that attention is effective. Let's now put both hands back on the lap. And let's collectively say Ganesh Atarva Shirsha. We need to say it with full heart and with full desire to awaken the Lord Ganesh, not only in us collectively, but at the center of the planet, as is the magnet at the center of the planet, so that from the center of the planet, he can radiate and cure all humanity from within the planet. He can cure all nature and all imbalances of the planet. He can really solve all the issues that humanity, that nature, that environment have all over the world and balance the planet. Let's say Ganesha Tarvashirsha with full responsibility and full devotion. Om Namaste Ganapataye Tvameva Pratyaksham Tattvamasi Tvameva Kevalam Kartasi Tvameva Kevalam Dartasi Tvameva Kevalam Hartasi Tvameva Sarvam Kalvidam Brahmasi Tvam Sakshat Atmasi Nityam Ritam Vakshmi Satyam Vakshmi Ava Tvamam Ava Vaktaram Ava Shrotaram Ava Dhataram Ava Dhataram Ava Nuchanam Ava Shishyam Ava Pashatat Ava Purastat Avo Taratat Ava Dakshinatat Ava Shurvatat Ava Dharatat Sarvato Mam Pahi Pahi Samamtat Tvam Vam Maya Tvam Shin Maya Tvam Ananda Maya Tvam Brahma Maya Tvam Satchit Ananda Dvityosi Tvam Pratyaksham Brahmasi Tvam Jnana Mayo Vijnana Mayosi Sarvam Jagadiram Tvato Jayate Sarvam Jagadiram Tvatasthishtati Sarvam Jagadiram Tvai Layame Shyati Sarvam Jagadiram Tvai Pratyeti Tvam Bhumi Rapo Nalo Nilo Naba Tvam Shadvari Vakpadani Tvam Guna Traya Chita Tvam Deha Traya Chita Tvam Kala Traya Chita Tvam Mula Dara Chitosi Nityam Tvam Shakti Trayatmakaha Tvam Yogino Dhyayanti Nityam Tvam Brahman Tvam Vishnu Tvam Rudras Tvam Indras Tvam Agni Tvam Vayu Tvam Surya Tvam Chandrama Tvam Brahma Bhurbuva Svarum Ganadim Purva Musharya Anadim Taranam Taram Anushvara Parataraha Adendu Lasitam Tarina Rudam Etat Tava Manusva Rupam Dakar Purva Rupam Akaro Majama Rupam Anushvara Shantya Rupam Binduru Tara Rupam Nada Sananam Sanita Sandihi Saisha Ganesha Vidya Ganaka Rishihi Ni Shri Gayatri Chanda Ganapatir Devata Om Gan Ganapate Namaha Ekadantaya Vidmahe Vakratundaya Dhimahi Tano Danti Prashodaya Ekadantam Shaturastam Pasham Akusha Darinam Tadamsha Vradam Astai Vibranam Mushakdvajam Raktam Nambodaram Shurpa Karnakam Rakta Vasasam Rakta Gandhanu Liptangam Rakta Pushpahi Supujitam Bhaktanu Kampinam Devam Jagat Kanarama Ashutam Avir Bhutam Shashrishchado Prakrute Purushat Param Evam Jayati Yo Nityam Sa Yogi Yoginam Varaham Namo Vratapatai Namo Ganapatai Nama Pramata Patai Namaste Astu Nambodharaya Ikadantaya Vignanashine Shiva Sutaya Shri Varada Mutai Namo Namaha Saksha Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Let collectively just breathe in and breathe out from the stomach and totally surrender. The more we are breathing in and breathing out, the more we are surrendering to the Lord Ganesh in his primordial form from our sahasrara and from our heart.
एकदन्तं महाकायं तप्तकाञ्चनसन्निभं लम्बोदरं विशालाक्षं वन्देऽहं गणनायकम् मौञ्जीकृष्णाजिनधरं नागयज्ञोपवीतिनं बालेन्दुसुकलामौलिं वन्देऽहं गणनायकम् अम्बिकारदयानन्दं मातृभिः परिवेष्टितं भक्तिप्रियं मदोन्मत्तं वन्देऽहं गणनायकम् चित्ररत्नविचित्राङ्गं चित्रमालाविभूषितं चित्ररूपधरं देवं वन्देऽहं गणनायकम् गजवक्त्रं सुरश्रेष्ठं कर्णचामरभूषितं पाशाङ्कुशधरं देवं वन्देऽहं गणनायकम् मूषकोत्तममारुह्य देवासुरमहाहवे योद्धुकामं महावीर्यं वन्देऽहं गणनायकम् यक्षकिन्नरगन्धर्वसिद्धविद्याधरैः सदा स्तूयमानं महाबाहुं वन्देऽहं गणनायकम् सर्वविघ्नहरं देवं सर्वविघ्नविवर्जितं सर्वसिद्धिप्रदातारं वन्देऽहं गणनायकम्
Let's keep attention above Sahasrara, and let's completely dissolve ourselves in that dimension, in that collective dimension. We need to dissolve ourselves, dissolve our ego, our superego, the mind, the body, the emotions. Everything needs to be surrendered and dissolved. And we need to feel that we have no body, no physical body, no mind, no emotions, no ego, no superego, just the pure presence of the primordial spirit, the collective presence, which is the divinity that we all are part and parcel of. Let's say Shri Adi Kundalini Mata. Om Tvameva Saksha Shri Adi Kundalini Mata Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mata Chi Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Let's say Shri Maha Ahamkara. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Maha Ahamkara Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. And let's collectively honor our mother by saying Shri Kalki mantra. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Kalki Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Complete surrender and complete meditation, where we are just dissolved into the ocean of vibration of Adi Shakti above Sahasrara. Completely dissolved into the Lord Ganesh. Completely dissolved into the ocean of love of the divine. with a heart full of gratitude, let's say thank you to our mother, do namaskar and raise our kundalini and do the bandhan.